All right, peace, love, and light. This is just going to be a nice little tarot vlog for this channeling that I've been getting. It's this song called Stand Up that was in the movie Harriet, the Harriet Tubman movie. And I've been getting this channeling about towards the end of a song, it says, I go to prepare a place for you. And I always picture that as God telling me that. Like, I always receive the message that God is telling me he's going to go prepare a place for me. And I feel that the message is he goes before me, like he's going to go before me and prepare a place for me. Not that he's leaving me in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but in the way that I walk, he's going to go before me and prepare a place for me. And I don't know what that means, other than as I am in my way and acting inside of my activity, he's preparing this place for me to be. So we're going to channel exactly what that means. $111 as I'm starting this. So let's go ahead and say our prayer and then begin. Dear the Divine God, our Holy Father, Yahweh, and our angels, thank you for being the highest form of good in our lives, for keeping our heads on straight and straying us away from negativity as best as possible. Right now, I'm asking that you bless and protect this space as well as the viewers. Ground us in our energy so that way we know what messages to receive, and gift us the keen discernment to know what to do with the knowledge received as well. Please grant us the ability to keep our personal opinion and bias to the side if you so choose, the strength to continue on, and the clarity needed to focus. And anything else that you deem worthy for this reading, please allow us to be the vessels to receive and deliver. Amen. Ashe. It's so funny. We got the devil over here like, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Is he going to always have a place for you? Every encounter is going to be a place for you? No, I already said what it means. Yeah. I feel like the shuffle is ready, and I always stop on 3. So 3 is mastery. This is ascension. This is expanding. And it hit on this point of mastery, ascension, and expanding, that I will master this place of becoming myself. The place that he is preparing for me is me coming to my home self and being able to present that self to the world, and being able to be that self in all areas of my life and of my way and of my path and things of that nature. He's preparing me to be myself no matter what the environment is that I'm existing in, no matter what the moment, no matter what the situation is. That's what he means by I go to prepare a place for you. And that place is for me to be feeling at home enough to express my soul without thoughts or of judgment, criticism, worry, or fear, or stress. And it's most dominantly without thought of fear. God is erasing from me this trauma that I have, this PTSD that I have from experiencing spiritual attacks. God is erasing this from me by having me come to this place where I am able to express myself without fear of hurt, harm, failure, worry, pain, stress, care, judgment, things of that nature. He's going to prepare a place for me. And this place is internally where I can feel my best self and be my best self without thought of pain or problem. And this PTSD came about from me because in my spiritual attack, instead of listening to God and being obedient and going his way, or the right way, even though I didn't know his way at the time, I went about going about the way and doing it myself instead of sticking to the small scriptures that I did know about this time and this experience of spiritual warfare. When I was enduring it, I went about seeing the situation for myself and handling it in the way that I wanted to handle the experience, thinking that it would bring about a positive outcome when it did not. And I felt like a total and complete failure coming out of the experience every time that God had to save me through adversity and catastrophe. So God is healing that PTSD by having me know and come to this knowing of myself that I can be myself and not be hurt or hurt other people or hurt the experience that I'm in. God is just healing that PTSD inside of me of how I feel, how my own actions traumatized me in my experience. We got 4 cards here. We got 20 in the major arcana. 10, 11, 12. 12 of swords, which is the knight. 12 of fire, which is the knight of wands. 12 of air, which is the knight of swords. And then we have the 5 of fire here. All of them in the reverse except for 20, which is judgment. This is good decision making that comes from internal feelings of health, happiness, and goodness. This is decision making based upon my health and the healthy state that I am in. If it wasn't for that experience, I wouldn't be making these decisions based off of how healthy I want to be within my mind. Health wouldn't even be a factor in my mind. In all ideology, I wouldn't even want to stop smoking. So then we have this page of, the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, this is not moving forward with the passion and not having the ideas in my mind. And then we have the 5 of Wands, which will begin to conflict with God. God told me that he had to get me back to him, which is why he allowed the experience to happen. And I'm seeing that now my ways and who I was and how I was conflicted with God so much that it was as if I was his opposer somehow. Even though I was not. I was innocent. And he was angry with what I didn't know about my behavior. So he brought it to light, and it was my hard-headedness, this I'ma see for myself, I'ma go for myself, I'ma do for myself. It was this innocent because I was, sorry. It's the inside. I had to fix that. My lips were sticking together because I got too much gloss on. All right, that kind of calmed it down a bit. But it was this internal pride that I was working on that I didn't have instilled inside of myself, but it was still there. And I know that he told me my foundation with working with him was built upon pride. My foundation of how to be his friend was built upon pride. And he had to tear that down. He had to stop the way I was thinking and stop the way I was acting in order for me to not be an opposer to him. He had to control his anger because I wasn't innocent and I didn't deserve his wrath and his anger because I did not know, and I was just simply taught to be this way by the circumstances in my environment, the circumstances of my environment. We got the Page of Earth. This was a cycle I was trapped in because of my environment, because of my earth, this cycle of pride taking over and me thinking I'm the best way and best route to be. We got the 2 of Earth in the reverse, and then we have, what is this, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. The 18 card. What is 18 in traditional tarot? The moon card. Let me double check. Yeah, it's the moon card. It's in the reverse, signifying things that was revealed to me. Things being revealed to me. And then the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. I made no decision upon it. I made no will to turn. Even though God revealed how he was to me, I still did not turn or did not change. And this was a cyclical experience. The more that he told me how he was and how he operated and how he accepted things, I didn't disregard it. I paid no direct or pure attention to it. I noticed it. It was revealed to me. I noticed it, and then I would apply it to other people as well, but I did not apply it to my life. And I can feel God asking me why. And I can say the reason why was because I didn't see it as me being a person that was breaking your laws or your commandments or your issues. And then when I broke one of the 10 commandments, I was simply thinking and believing that me and your relationship was so different that you would have me in special circumstances in order to complete a mission. And I wasn't thinking about going against the laws. I wasn't thinking about going against those 10 commandments at all. It didn't appear or happen as a thought in my mind at all. And then with you revealing yourself and your ways to me and how to be to me, I didn't think that I wasn't following them because I was an earth angel and I was working on my mission of helping people. I never thought about my personal life. Once I started this work became my life and all that I thought my life was, and I wasn't thinking about my personal life at all. It wasn't until the first attack that I started to think about you inside of my personal life and how I want to be inside of my personal life with you. All I thought about was work with you, work with you, work with you, work with you. So I see why I was falling on the demonic path and in the demonic path, because I wasn't thinking about God being in my personal life, and I was only thinking about God being in my work life. And I'm hearing that this is a common thing for earth angels, that once we get our purpose, once we feel this divine assignment upon us, we only present ourselves to the world and through our work as being a divine one. But we don't think about our personal life and how it is that we need to behave in order to truly get back to heaven. We need to follow the ways that was set before us and the laws that exist upon us. We need to be within the 10 commandments and never go against them. We need to follow the way of Jesus Christ and continue to be like him in our personal lives as well as our work lives. So I was working with God as if he was some deity instead of working with him as if he is the person that is overall in personal life and work life as well. So without my attacks, I literally wouldn't be the person that I am today. And I would still be this innocent that was just a product and circumstances of its environment and not knowing God and how he is and not wanting to change my life, especially with perception here coming out. We got perception. We got, I think this is the Hermit, and then we got the page of, what you call it, the Page of Cups. 10, 15, 16. What is number 16? The Tower. Okay. Yeah, that's my shaman's journey. In my shaman's journey, I was still had God in my mind, but it wasn't me walking in his way and his purpose, which is why he allowed me to go through those spiritual attacks and exist in spiritual warfare and do what I wanted to do all the way up until this point. Because it was at this point inside of me that I decided to go his way, especially confirmed by the Hermit card here. And then we have the Temperance card. This is neutralizing what I thought was good behavior inside of self. And it is not to neutralize it, but to completely remove it. We got the Two of Wands here at the bottom of the deck that flew out with this. This Two of Wands is what? In the upright, this is lust and envious pride. That envious pride is when you compare yourself to other people and become jealous because you think you are better than them. I have to go on this fool's journey in order to erase that. This is literally confirming what I was just saying, that because of my perception, I had to enter into the tower, which was the shocking moment of my life, to be put on an emotional cycle that would release me from enacting in sinful behavior. And then I have to go on a fool's journey in order to completely erase that behavior from myself. Anything beyond this point, working with God, like if he started up my shaman's journeys again, then it wouldn't work to bring me towards him. And his ultimate goal was to bring me towards him. And I kept following the light, following the light, following the light, following him. And it was always after the experiences I would get more closer to God. It was for the subconscious note of protection and knowing that he is the protection and he is the way out. But it was also for me to be better, because I wanted to attack this experience. I wanted to know this experience, and I wanted to attack this experience head on and straight on and head first. But I know it's to not interact with them. And I just wanted to know, and it's still a piece of me that wants to know the experience, so that way I can know how to handle it in my life. And I know it now, and I know how to handle it, which is don't interact with danger, don't talk back, do not believe them, and continue focusing on my path and my way. Listen to God and his angels, but mostly God, then his angels. And then there is God is showing me that this is like, he's giving me almost like a Ruby Bridges moment where evil is attacking me, and this is the life of it. He's giving me this Ruby Bridges moment where it's like I'm walking down the road and people are yelling and throwing things at me, and I just have my hood over my head and I'm blocking out the sight of them. And I'm still walking my path with my head straight, just focusing on my path, what it is that I'm doing, where it is that I'm walking, and what it is that I'm doing, and ensuring that I'm making the steps to go that way, even though people are yelling and throwing things at me. And that is the analogy that he's giving me to show me that they are evil demons, and demons are evil, and they enact in evil, and they do evil, and everything is evil down the path that I am walking. I am truly inside of a demonic world by existing in this tarot field. I'm truly inside of a demonic world working with God. And I know that he's bringing this to me because I prayed that he remove these spiritual attacks from my life. So he's opening my eyes to see that it's the place that I'm in and what I'm doing. Because nobody's on this street with me. Of being a true Christ-like woman, a true Christian woman, a true woman of God, and walking down this path of being in the tarot community, which is filled and overly filled with demons. A lot of people talk to demons. A lot of people channel demons. A lot of people interact with demons as they do tarot, knowingly and unknowingly. So this will involve a lot of spiritual attacks because somebody that's working with a demon will see me and see that I am a person working with God, and then they'll seek to destroy me. So they'll send some type of, like, the demon will do some type of magic on me in order to kind of knock me out of my square, knock me out of my place, knock me out of who I am. Like, for example, yesterday a black cat crossed my path, and when I was being heavily spiritually attacked, I picked that up as people doing magic on me. So I prayed that the magic, whatever was happening, would stop. And then God revealed to me, never mind, because that's kind of blasphemous, I'm not going to speak that. So I prayed that the magic would stop, and then God, I got the message that it did stop, and God put an end and a cease to it. And that person, the demon that was doing the magic, was seeking to destroy me. So a lot of people, when they're doing tarot, and they're doing tarot in gossip of like, oh, there was somebody that sought to destroy you, and these people are talking negative about you, and all of this, that, and the third about other people. And when they're doing gossip like tarot, they're channeling the demons that are doing this stuff. Nobody in their physical world is doing that stuff, especially if you're a good person and a person of light. It's like 9 times out of 10, God is telling me, nobody in the world is, like, no physical person is doing those things of putting spells on them and working with demons in order to cast them out and make them wrong and bad. Nobody's doing that stuff. It's just demons. So a lot of the gossip tarot is demonic because it's just giving you information of what the demons in hell or on the spiritual side are doing to a person in order to kick them out of the light and following the guidance and the healing that they route that they're going about. So whenever you come across a someone is talking about you type path, a type reading, just know that 9 times out of 10, it's a demon. And that's just what they do. Especially if you're healing and going towards the light and starting to act, especially if you're starting to put God into your life more. Yeah, so this is my past. And I was picking up that I have to go on this fool's journey. I want to see what that fool's journey is. This is the overall energy here. We got the 5, 6, 7 of in the major arcana, which should be my Hermit card if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's the Chariot. Sorry, but it looks like the Hermit in this deck. What is it in this deck? The Sage. Sharing, communication, knowledge, information, culture, tradition, advice, manipulation. Be the storyteller. Communicate your thoughts and feelings. Know your audience. Devote time to research and investigation. Learn the traditions and customs of others. Know your ancestors and heritage. Sage advice, both given and received. There is no good time to give unsolicited advice. Question your traditional reactions and responses. Do not speak so much that you forget to listen. Be wary of the smooth talker. Do not embellish the truth. I'm still picking this up as the Hermit. This is definitely like the Hermit card for me, backed by the ooh, my nose is itching so bad. This is the Hermit card for me, backed by the Chariot. So this is how you move inside of your hermitage, which is as a sage, someone who is wise. This is wise movement. And then that was backed by the Temperance, which I don't know where it went. It's so funny. I thought it was at the top of the deck, but apparently it's not. All right. So you got the Two of Wands out. So this is definitely confirming that I do have to go on this fool's journey in order to completely erase inside of me sinful behavior such as envy, pride, and lust. Those are the three things that I need to get out of me, and I need to go on a fool's journey in order to do so. This comes out with the 10, 14, which is I'm depicting as the king of earth. This is 10, 15, 16, 17. I'm not 100% sure. And then we have 10, 11. 11 and 17. So we got Justice and the Star. But this is also picking up as a hermitage too. How many cards are in this major arcana? Sorry, I'm just not working with this deck for real. $22, $21, $22, $23. There are 24 cards in this major arcana. I'm going to just take it as I feel it. I'm feeling that this 17 is someone who is beginning their hermit's journey. And then I feel that this is the end of the hermit's journey. You see? He's been on it for so long that he is old. He's wise about the path behind him, but he's not wise about what is before him. This is somebody who does not know as well that they need to be the student and the teacher. This person has enough internal knowledge to go on a journey alone and to gain wisdom and insight, but they don't have enough knowledge for them to come off of the journey. And that's what happened to me. I had enough knowledge for me to go on the journey of seeing for myself how to get out of my shaman's journeys and things of that nature, but I didn't have enough knowledge to come off of it, how to get it to stop. So that's what happened to me, which is why I interacted inside of sinful behavior inside of that shaman's journey, because I was trying to get it to stop. I wanted it to end. I needed to, because I knew that it was for a purpose, and the purpose is learning. Whenever these shaman's journeys are sparked and in-sparked, you have to learn something. Something needs to occur, and then it can end. That's what I knew as guidance for myself, and that guidance was bestowed upon me by Yahweh, that it can end after something is learned and stopped. And it's going to end. And I was trying my best to complete my mission, complete any mission as hard as possible in order to get it to end. But then I would get caught up in my mind, because they would attack me and have me forget the purpose of me being inside of the journey, and I'll get caught up inside of the experience and never leave out of it, because I'm too caught up inside of making sure things are right and fine and in order. Yeah, this is that standing up for myself. Ooh. This is standing up for myself. This falling out on my innocence card. I was just an innocent person trying to protect myself, trying to protect other people, and getting caught up inside of the experience of the shaman's journey because I was just an innocent, a kid in my spiritual path, completely unknown to this behavior, reading things from the internet, trying to guide myself out of it because I didn't want it to happen to me. And then as it was happening to me, I got caught up in the experience of trying to correct everything because I thought it was not just affecting me, but affecting the whole entire world. And I wanted everybody to be safe and okay. And I was just holding childlike, I thought everybody was in danger. And I was just holding childlike, innocent thoughts and perceptions that stopped me from that stopped me from exiting it. And that was just the cycle I was caught up on. This, this 16 card. This is entering a phase of life. And this is not entering a phase in life. This is coming out of a phase of life. Yeah, it was cyclical for me. But then we have this 14 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to start to use it as numerology. What is the 14 of Pentacles? Earth. The King of Earth. This is someone in the upright who is knowing of their energy in the earth, their energy in their environment. This is me not knowing what I would do and also the environment around me. Yeah, me just wanting to go down this journey, not knowing exactly where I'm going or how I was doing, just being a complete fool inside of that energy, me not knowing what I was doing and how I was doing, and just wanting to stand up for myself brought about the challenge that began the elimination of my sinful behavior of envy, lust, and pride, because it humbles me down into accepting that I can be a fool and foolish. Because I was always a wise old soul, I always had innate inner knowledge, and I didn't know about my gifts when I was younger, so I always had the ability to interact with I always had the ability to gain knowledge without, actually putting in an effort for it. So that built up my sense of pride, because to learn and to know was so easy for me to do. And plus, I already had innate knowledge inside of myself on how to actually be the right way of good and how to actually help yourself and things of that knowledge. I always had advice in my life that looked as if it was good for me, good for others. But without me knowing the complete experience of others, I would just base who they were off of the experience that I seen of them that told me about the problems in their life. I would base who they were and how their life goes off of that. So I had this sense of pride inside of me of like, oh, it's easy. This is the simple fix. Like I always had the gift of knowing how to fix someone's life, how to help someone's life. And that was just the beginning of the journey of me and God working together, for he always knew that this covenant promise would come out of me. He always knew that this covenant promise would happen with me. He always knew this, and I always had this gift of how to help people in their lives. And now that I'm older, I have this covenant promise to actually do so, and do so with so many people, as many people as I can before I leave this earth. So I have this covenant promise with him, and I always had the gift of the covenant promise, which built up this sense of pride inside of me. And then there is lust. So the pride is eliminated because I am the fool, and I am humbly the fool now. I know that I don't know everything. I know that I cannot fix my own situation, and this is the biggest problem with me, because it's like, if I can't fix my own situation, how can I fix other situation? And what built up lust inside of me was the ability to always fix my own situation. I always knew how to get up and get my life in order and get together and get it together. And that had me lusting after achieving things and obtaining things, because I always knew how to get it. It was the gift of the covenant being pushed and used in the wrong ways. Because God bestowed this gift upon me because he knew I would do my mission. He knew I would complete my mission. He knew I would begin my mission. He knew that I would actually do this. So God bestowed this gift of the covenant upon me, so that way I can do this. My purpose here is to save as many souls as I can before I go, and to help them be the person that they truly want to be internally. The truth, if I help them find the truth of what they're seeking for and how to obtain that, what it is that is sought after. So I used that gift unknowingly in the wrong way. It wasn't something intentional. It was just directed towards the wrong things, and lust of achievements. Because you can have lust in more than sexual ways. It's the ultimate desire to obtain. What is lust, my Holy Father? Let's look it up, because I'm feeling this compelling energy to look it up. Because I had lust for accomplishments, and I looked at everything as an accomplishment. Yeah, a passionate desire for something. But then we have to look inside of desire. Because God in the Bible says everything about want, but he does not say anything about desire. A strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. It's when you have a strong feeling of wanting something to happen over another thing. When you prefer that one thing to occur over all things, is extreme lust, is extreme desire, which is lust. And lust is extreme desire. And the 7 deadly sins are just extreme emotions, extreme jealousy, extreme anger, extreme hunger, extreme laziness, extreme things of that nature, extreme wanting. When you have a desire, which is this strong feeling of wishing and hoping for something, or wishing or wanting something, and you prefer that over things that are needed in your life for you to be good, that's when you're lusting after something. So for example, you want to be with Max so bad that you're willing to risk the good interactions, that you're willing to risk a friendship that supports you. In order to be in a relationship with Max, you're lusting after Max. It's that type of energy. So I had lust for achievements. I had lust for getting things under my belt because I wanted to show the world what it is. I wanted to show the world that I can achieve things. I wanted to show them the right way, and I had this sense of pride inside of myself to do so. And this pride came from me having this ability and knowing of the right way to handle life, no matter the circumstances that come towards it, which is the gift of the covenant being used in the wrong way. I feel that God is opening this up to teach me about the gift of the covenant and how to not use it in the wrong way, how to not apply it in the wrong way. Because right now my challenge with sin is that my gift of the covenant is just applied in the wrong way. It's just doing the wrong things. And there's something in there that I need to repent for. And he's bringing me to the place of finding forgiveness in myself with it first, so that way I can ask him for forgiveness. I haven't accepted that I did it yet. And I did it for what I thought was right, which is bringing about inside of me so much negativity to my mind, so much of me wanting to victimize, and I am victimizing myself. I got tricked by the devil. I got tricked by the devil and fell into Lucifer's trap. See, God wants to speak to me, and he's telling me, see, Monique, you have to know and see that these demons that you interact with, the people that you interacted with in your spiritual attack, psychosis journey, shaman's journey, whatever you want to call it, when these people that you interacted with are no small demon. And I keep comparing myself, because he's telling me it's Lucifer, it's the devil, it's Satan. So you're bound to fall into those traps and those tricks, especially when you did not know them and how they truly interact before. You only knew small stories of why they are there and what happens when they're there, the effect of when they're there, but you don't know their tricks, you don't know their maneuvers, you don't know their manipulation. You don't know them. You had no teaching of them. You were innocent and unknowing. So you were bound to fall into those tricks and those traps. It's common. It's it's a natural thing. It's common. And I keep comparing them, or I kept comparing them rather, because he kind of just healed that situation with me with this conversation. So I kept comparing them in this whole entire situation to me falling victim to small time demons that are just reckless and foolish in their ways. But I'm seeing now and being told now that they had this whole entire plan ever since they discovered that I had the gift of the covenant. So they had this whole entire plan because they knew, and God is telling me, for they knew that war would come. For they knew that war would come. So they planned this whole entire thing for this warfare. And they plotted on my innocence and unknowingness, and plotted that I would turn from God based off of the actions that I was doing. And the devil thought that I would turn from God out of sadness and depression and walk away from him. Lucifer thought I would turn from God out of anger. Satan thought I would turn from God out of darkness and wanting to be a dark way, a negative way, an evil way. They didn't think I would go their path, but they thought that I would turn from God with the planned out, plotted out attack that they planned since they discovered that I had the gift of the covenant. And they knew that I had this gift when I was very young, because some of the things that God is showing me that they did to me have been happening all of my life, and I've just been unaware of the different type of voices and where the voices come from that existed in my mind. I've always had voices. It's always been a thing where it's hard to quiet my mind. And I would pick up on have conversations in my mind while I was doing things like cleaning the house or running errands or something. Whenever I am silent, and there would be a half of a conversation that would enter into my mind. And then sometimes I would continue the conversation. Sometimes I wouldn't continue the conversation. Sometimes I would continue the sentence. Sometimes I wouldn't continue the sentence. So they knew I had a gift when I was young because of the way that my mind just operated when I was idle, when I was in a meditative state and just working the body. So they knew I had this gift, and they prepared for this gift to come their way in the afterlife, because they knew that I was close with God in this life. They knew that I loved him, and then they learned that I cared for him. And now they're seeing that I'm walking in his way, and seeing that I'm walking in Christ's way. And they're completely blown back and astonished, because they're like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? How do you go from loving and caring for God, which is something so simple, to actually walking in his way and conforming your whole entire self to being his? And God wants to know the answer to that as well. How do I come out of these spiritual attacks even more stronger than what I am? First off, I'm resilient. So I'm going to always come back to the center base of where I got knocked off from. I'm going to always restart my path. And the reason why I restart with even more strength is because I know inside of me I'm resilient, I have willpower, and I have perseverance instilled inside of me. I am created of those things. So I know that I'm going to make it through. It just takes a little bit more effort. And I've been living a life that was so effortless that this situation just kept speaking to me, put in more effort, put in more effort, put in more effort. You can make it, you can make it, you can make it. And this time I just ultimately gave up on me putting in my own effort and decided to try God, mostly because I surrendered and knew that I needed his help. So he broke me down to being humble enough to ask him for his help, which started this prayer journey. And the more that I prayed, the more that I wanted to be in his way for my protection to be helped, my protection to be guided, and B, for his help to come into my life. And then I always had, from the love and care, this want to get to know him personally, his ways, and how he is and his behavior, to form this personal relationship. So that mixed in with all things have me walking in his way in order to get to know him and have a personal relationship with him. But it doesn't have me choosing Christ, which is why I'm still open to sin in this doorway. So what is it that will make me choose Christ is the thing. I'm going to shuffle these cards one more time before I answer that question. You got the Fool card. I don't know what took. God is telling me the second one. We got the Fool card in the 10, 11, 12, 13, which should be the Knight or the Centennial or something like that. 13 of Water. Yeah, the Queen of Water, sorry. The Queen of Cups. What was I saying on this reading? Yeah, what is it that would make me choose Christ? One. Nope, that's not it. Trying again. One. Two. Okay, this is growing inside of him. 3. I feel like we're going to stop at 5. 4. This is having everything, all of the seeds. So I stopped at 4. This is help and assistance. This is angelic path and way. You got the 3 of Swords. This is that coming home energy. You got the Moon card, the High Priestess, the Sun, and the 9 of Cups in the reverse. This is going into that darkness. This is becoming that Christly person that has the image upon them. That has the common Christ person image upon them, which is just a demonic perception upon life, upon their life, of looking from the outside in without truly knowing. This is in the Christly image that I'm speaking of is like, there's this feeling, but because I've been so surrounded by demons all of my life, I'm only have this one perception of it. And these Christ-like people give off this feeling of being so good that they restrict and conform themselves from the fun of the world, which is what I sung to God last night when I was singing, when I was on my way to go pick up my brother, and I was singing some of the songs that was playing in my playlist. I kind of remixed them to talk about my spiritual journey, and it kind of stopped after that song too, where I was telling him, I don't want to be the person that is constricted from the fun of this world, which is just social interactions of sin. So it's like, I do want to restrict myself from that, but it's like that image of Christ, that there's still a demonic stronghold upon me. That image of a Christly woman that doesn't participate in smoking or drinking or sex or anything of that nature. I'm just naturally becoming that already because I want to. So this is me being the same inside of and out, being the same inside of my personal life and my physical life. I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm actually walking the Christly way among the inside of this demonic path. You got the Moon card in the reverse, the High Priestess, and the Sun card. I feel that God is keeping me inside of this demonic path, of this street of demonic attacks, until I become this Christly way. And it's in order for me to see what life will be, outside of me being that way. So we got the Moon card reverse, the High Priestess, and the Sun with the Nine of Cups kind of summarizing it all. This Moon card, no, we're starting with the High Priestess. No, but I feel it's God. But see, that's what tricked me before, is me always feeling it was God. I'm forgetting that my experience was told to me as a Job experience, which is what is very needed. I went through a Job experience. The Moon card in the reverse. If they came to me with any other experience, I would be in that experience longer. And if it wasn't for the Job experience, because Satan wanted to test my mind to see if I loved God, and Lucifer and the devil wanted to see if I only loved God or if I only cared about God, because of this proud sense of mind that I have with my gift. Because my Job experience didn't come until a good year and a half of me entering into the tarot field and actually receiving the blessings of working inside of the tarot field and helping people and being confirmed that I am an earth angel, and that in finding my purpose and having this gift of the covenant. It's like God, he wanted to test the gift of the covenant to see if I'm truly doing it for what I want and for my hopes and dreams and for me wanting to save people. Or am I doing it because of this pride of me believing that I know the way and I am the only way? Which is why they tested me with the book of Revelations inside of my Job experience. Yeah. So then we have the High Priestess, the Sun, the Moon, and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. This High Priestess is mixing myself with that option, having those hidden emotions coming out and walking into the Sun. The question is, especially confirmed by this Nine of Pentacles here, is can I be myself with Christ? So I feel like, what's his face? Satan is trying to put me inside of another Job experience pertaining to Christ. But it's something inside of me that's telling me that God won't let that happen. And it's one of his covenants that he has with me. But see, the thing is, I don't know who myself is. Not in this current space that I am. And the question is, yes, I can be myself, especially backed by the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the fucking Magician card. And then you got another spread here with this is a wonderful spread to back the fact that I can be myself, just not this lusty version of who I created myself to be out of pride and lust for achievements. You got the World card, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Magician. And then it's backed by the 15 of Nature, backed by Nature, and the 3 of Pentacles. I believe that this Nature card should be a Tower card, if I'm not mistaken. Do I even have that book? No, I don't think I have that book. What is this? Is this Revelations? I have... Oh my God, I have Revelations. I didn't know I had Revelations. Sorry, looking through here to get the damn book. This is a vanity that I sit on. It's not a desk. So it just takes a while. Here we go. Oh, I found a scrunchie. I have a lot of shit in here. Like, I'm so disorganized. So it's like, you feel me? I'm feeling like I'm going to have to cut this reading soon. Well, we got 15 major arcana. We'll just call it that. What is 15, though? I feel like I'm going to have to read that. Oh, it's the Devil card. It's the Devil card in the Natural Tarot. Let me see if this has all of those, or does it have extra in the Major Arcana? Nope, it ends at 21. So this is the Devil card, which is nature, which is that Eater Get 8 world. 3 of Pentacles. See, the problem with the Christ thing is that I thought I couldn't be myself, which is this fighter energy that God, or rather Yahshua, is building up inside of me. He's coming into my life with this sense of exception of how I am, and he's showing me, God is showing me rather, that there are people inside of the Christian community that are like me, that are fighters, that are good fighter type people. There are good people in the Christian community that is already like me. And yeah, he accepts those people. And it's this eat or get 8 mentality type that he accepts. And he's showing me that he accepts all people, all types of people. No matter what they do, he still accepts them. Meaning they can be themselves around him. They can know who they are. And in this current circumstance, I was saying I don't know who I am because I'm changing. And my idea of changing is how to be the perfect archetype. And that comes from this sense of knowing that I have of how to become a person, which is the gift of the covenant. So it's 102. God is telling me to end this reading right here with the knowing that I am accepted by Christ and I can walk into Christ. When I do the part 2, we're going to dive into these 2 tarot cards, and then we're going to dive into the Green Witch Tarot, which is what I feel is the right way to go for this reading. So peace, love, and light. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me or check out part 2, or you want more collective tarot, then check out the links in the description below. Peace, love, and light, and as always, be great.